Welcome to Charleston, West Virginia's SGN. I'm Chris DeMaria with some good news. I don't know why I look that way. We only have one camera. This is a very low budget production. For today's good news, I have my friend Betsy Schock. Hi Betsy, I heard you were traveling back from South Africa and you were at JFK Airport and made some new friends.
I did. I was in the airport, and at the gate, we began to hear some foreign voices and looked around, and we're surrounded by just a sweet family. Looked like a mom and dad with five young children. And anyway, they were from ended up being from Africa, from Tanzania. As I began to talk to the dad of the family, all the children had little USA red, white, and blue toboggans on their heads. And I asked the dad where they were from, said Tanzania, and that they had just left their country to make a start in America in Kentucky. That's where they were moving.
And during these interactions, you said that you had started teaching the kids how to speak some English because only the dad knew how to speak English.
That's correct. That's correct. So only the dad knew English. The mom knew none, and neither did the children. So I just, the two older girls, I began to sit in front of them, and my goodness, I just taught them hello and friend. And I'm not sure what other, just a couple other just really basic words that I taught them. I reached in my purse. I had some gum, and offered to hold the crying toddler for the mom who looked absolutely exhausted from a 20-plus-hour flight with these children. But anyway, yes, I did teach them just a few little English phrases.
Awesome. And then it got time to where you were ready to catch your flight and leave the airport. So what happened next?
Okay, so we're all getting ready to get on the same flight from JFK to Charlotte, and my sister and I were boarding the plane first. I just felt led to give the man, we haven't exchanged names, but we've been talking a lot. So I just look at him and I say, "Oh, gotta go. But listen, if you need anything, my name is Betsy, and here's my phone number. So just, if you just need a friend to pray for you or to encourage you as you begin this new journey, here's my number. So call me or text me." And I handed it to him, and then we got on the plane. And I said, my sister and I sat down first. I looked for them. They walked past me, and as they boarded the plane after me, and I blew kisses and waved to all the children. And that was that. I came home. It just, my heart just went out to this family. It continued. I continued to pray for them. I continued to think about them. They were totally laid on my heart, as I could only imagine the challenges of moving to a foreign country and not knowing the language. I kept thinking about these children starting school, and this mom and this dad and this new journey that they were beginning.
Well, and then that kind of became accentuated a little bit because that was just really a couple weeks before we all were told to stay at home. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So then absolutely the COVID crisis began. Our isolation began. Again, I'm thinking more and more of the sweet family, and being now we're at home. We're isolated. So they're at home, and I wasn't sure if he was able to work. I certainly knew the children weren't going to school, but I wasn't really sure what their circumstances were because, unfortunately, I had given him my name and number, but I had received nothing in return from him. And then that all changed. 6 weeks from the day that I met them in the airport, I received a text, and it says hi. He says, "Hi, this is Missy Amani, and I met you." That day, he gave the date in February that he and his family met me in the airport, and he was just reaching out to say hello. And so then I responded back with hello and asking them how they were doing. And I was just beyond myself excited that I'd heard from him. And that finally I knew his name and I knew how they were doing, and there was now communication, and I was just giddy about this connection that the Lord had made.
And so from there, I remember seeing that you had shared a post on Facebook and just how excited you were to have that connection. But something else happened after that.
Yeah. So the crazy thing is, Chris, as I put this post on Facebook, and I had taken a picture. I snapped a picture of this family while we were waiting in the gate, only to send to my daughter Chloe, because I was so moved by this. And I'd sent her this picture saying, "Oh, you should see this sweet family from Tanzania who is moving to the U.S." So I had this picture of them, and I had put this picture up on my Facebook, along with this excitement that he had gotten in touch with me. But then what happened next is people began to respond, asking, just saying, "Wow, this is really cool." But they began to ask, "Is there anything this family needs?" And I was, "Ooh." So then I reached back out to Missy, and I just asked him for his address. I said, "What is your address? I'd love to be able to send you some mail." And he shot back and sent me their address. And then the next question I asked him is if he and his family had any specific needs. And he responded back that yes, his family was in need of a TV and some toys for the children to play with. So and of course I was like, "Well, I bet, if you don't have a TV or anything for your children to play with, I can only imagine how difficult this season of quarantine and isolation is." So then I put that up for the people who had asked, the comments that I had received on this Facebook post, that they would like a TV and some things for the children to play with. Then people just began to say, "How can I give?" And so I told people they could Venmo me or send it through PayPal. And I was blown away, because I when I gave him my contact information, I didn't know anything that, I don't have the resources to be able to have really given him anything other than support and friendship and prayer is all that I could offer him. But as I shared this, other people wanted to give. So God just really put together the resources and the hearts to be able to provide this family with what they needed. But still, even when he asked, I was just thinking, well, it would just be awesome if I can raise enough money to give them a TV. But then we were pretty blown away, because people shared abundantly more than just what we needed to get a TV for him. So I went on Amazon and I ordered a nice TV to have shipped to him and his family. And then reached out to a friend of mine who has several young children for some good toy recommendations, and ordered some toys for the children, manipulative learning, hands-on things for the children to play with. Those began to ship through Amazon as well. And then with the money that was left over, I was able to purchase a pretty sizable Visa gift card, which I sent him through the mail.
Wow, that's definitely some good news worth sharing.
Yeah, I was just, it's amazing that and now we've got this connection. And then yesterday morning, he sent me a picture of his children with these toys, and just the joyful faces as they were playing and holding them up in front of their brand new TV.
Thank you for sharing with me, Betsy. Bye.
Thanks so much, Chris.
And that is all for Charleston, West Virginia's Some Good News. Now, back to you, John.